Archaeologists have discovered a massive ancient city hidden beneath the ground in Mexico, a discovery that could provide a deeper understanding of the Maya civilization. The mystery surrounding the true origins of the Maya has puzzled researchers for many years, but now a DNA test has revealed the truth, and it may be far more disturbing than anyone expected. Number 10. The city hidden beneath the jungle. The dense jungles of southern Mexico have been studied for decades, but recent years have brought one of the most astonishing discoveries in ancient American archaeology. Using advanced aerial laser scans known as LIDAR, researchers mapped areas that had remained hidden beneath thick vegetation for centuries. What they found was a vast underground urban network connected to the greater Maya world. The mapped area revealed organized roads, platforms, water systems, and structural foundations capable of supporting tens of thousands of people at its peak. The discovery was shocking, as it revealed a scale of occupation never before recognized in this region. LIDAR scans also revealed deeper layers beneath known structures, including lines of older buildings and buried platforms that did not match the architectural styles of the surface ruins. These lower layers indicated occupation from periods predating the classical Maya timeline. This raised questions about who lived in these areas before the Maya developed major cities such as Tikal, Palenque, and Calakmul. Archaeologists studying Maya history have long faced a major puzzle: the origins of the Maya themselves. The Maya achieved remarkable levels of science, mathematics, writing, and engineering, yet their initial cultural rise has never been fully understood. Number 9. Underground structures that defy history. Many researchers agree that the Maya's massive decline around the 9th century may have been linked to severe droughts in the region. Others point to warfare and political conflict between powerful city-states. Both theories are supported by evidence, yet neither explains the sudden shifts in construction styles or the unexplained periods of rapid architectural advancement. The deep underground structures revealed by LIDAR raised new questions. They suggested that the Maya may have inherited, adapted, or built upon systems created by an earlier civilization. During early excavation attempts, researchers encountered something even more unusual. While clearing a chamber beneath one of the oldest buildings, the team discovered a sealed room that did not appear on any previous maps. It was blocked by a stone layer that appeared deliberately placed, showing no signs of collapse or natural movement. The chamber produced strange sensor readings, including slight magnetic variations and temperature inconsistencies. Team members shared concerns among themselves, leading to rumors that the sealed space contained something never meant to be opened. As scientists continued exploring deeper layers, they were surprised to find ceramic fragments, bone traces, and charcoal deposits dating to periods older than the established rise of Maya culture. These findings were not fully published due to the need for further verification, but they created tension within research groups. If confirmed, they would suggest that a complex society existed in the region long before the traditional Maya timeline. Number 8. The black circle beneath the pyramid. Growing evidence pushed some specialists to revisit hypotheses long dismissed in the past. Some researchers claimed that if the older discoveries were authentic, they could push American prehistory back by thousands of years, requiring a complete reconstruction of early human migration models. Unusually ancient foundation lines, the sealed chamber, and unexplained layers beneath Maya buildings pointed to a forgotten chapter of history. El Mirador, located in northern Guatemala, is one of the most important ancient Maya sites ever discovered. It contains some of the largest pyramids in the Americas, including the massive structure known as La Danta. A recent technical study generated new interest when ground-penetrating radar detected a perfectly circular void beneath one of the ancient pyramid bases. This circular space lay approximately 12 meters below the surface. Researchers immediately noted that natural geology rarely forms shapes this perfect. Circular caves do occur in karst regions, but they are usually irregular and fractured. This structure, by contrast, appeared smooth and symmetrical. Radar images showed clean boundaries, suggesting intentional construction. When researchers reached the outer edge of the chamber, they found unusually smooth walls, almost as if the stone had been cut with industrial precision. The surfaces appeared polished and lacked the tool marks typical of ancient Maya masonry. Number 7. The perfectly circular chamber. Further tests revealed that some areas contained a hardened material similar to cement. While the Maya used lime plaster, this substance was denser and far more durable. Laboratory analysis showed that its composition did not match materials commonly found in the region. Additional scans revealed a single large slab positioned like a door. It was carved from limestone, but its surface markings were unusual. Experts identified symbols resembling very ancient Mesoamerican iconography, possibly linked to cultures predating the Olmecs. Alongside these familiar shapes were unfamiliar patterns that did not match any known writing system. The slab also carried a fine powder that tested positive for trace metallic elements. Magnetic surveys detected irregular readings along its edges. When the team began opening the slab, they noticed the air pressure behind it was slightly higher than the surrounding environment. This indicated a sealed space undisturbed for a very long time. Once the slab was moved, a rush of ancient air escaped into the excavation tunnel. Inside, the chamber measured approximately 7 meters in diameter. The interior was lined with a black glass-like material similar to obsidian. However, the walls did not behave like normal obsidian. Instead of reflecting light, they absorbed it. Even strong light sources produced only faint reflections, creating an unsettling visual effect that made the chamber appear deeper than it actually was. And now pay attention, because what follows is not just the discovery of an ancient chamber. It is the revelation that 3 seated figures found inside contained DNA anomalies, sequences that do not match any known human population. What this discovery reveals about the origins of the Maya could rewrite everything we know about human history. Number 6. The 3 figures and the impossible artifacts. The chamber beneath the structure revealed 3 seated figures arranged in a precise pattern. Each body rested in a cross-legged position, facing inward toward a central stone plate. Surrounding objects included circular jade rings, smooth metallic discs with unknown alloy signatures, and clear crystal fragments shaped with perfectly sharp edges. These artifacts did not match the cultural style typically associated with early Mesoamerican societies. The preservation of the bodies was extraordinary. Tissue condition, skeletal structure, and surface dryness made them appear far younger than their calculated age. Detailed imaging showed no evidence of ritual modification or embalming methods. Instead, they sat upright, with a firmness suggesting the environment itself had naturally stabilized them. Jade rings surrounded each wrist, while the metallic discs rested exactly 1 hand's width from the knees, forming a triadic pattern repeated across all 3 figures. The anatomical structure of the specimens raised the greatest concern. Each figure had an elongated skull, but the shape did not resemble artificial cranial modification practiced by ancient societies. Instead, the bone structure suggested natural development. Measurements indicated an unusual cranial index, with curvature consistent with growth from infancy rather than forced shaping. Number 5. Anatomy. That defies science. Bone. Density measurements revealed levels far above the average human range. The pattern suggested a physiology adapted to an environment different from typical human oxygen conditions. Isotopic tests of the bones showed oxygen signatures inconsistent with known ancient populations of the region. These anomalies defied every expected parameter for ancient human remains. Radiocarbon analysis assigned a theoretical age of 12,400 years. This placed the bodies thousands of years before the emergence of Maya civilization, deep within the late Pleistocene period, an era with little evidence of large-scale settlements in the region. The age did not align with tool types, settlement evidence, or any known cultural records from that time. If genuine, such a discovery would overturn current theories about the arrival and development of early populations in the Americas. The surrounding artifacts offered no recognizable cultural parallels. The jade rings, though made of known materials, were cut too smoothly for early tool technology. The metallic discs displayed patterns unrelated to any ancient metallurgical tradition, especially since true metalworking appeared much later in Mesoamerican history. The crystal fragments showed precision shaping inconsistent with the proposed dating. The combination of impossible anatomy and unmatched artifacts triggered the first major wave of scientific alarm. Number 4. The impossible genetic sequence. Genetic analysis began with mitochondrial DNA, inherited through the maternal line. Initial results linked part of the sequence to a branch resembling haplogroup A, common among Native American populations. However, deeper sequencing revealed variations far beyond anything documented in known genetics. These differences suggested a lineage diverging from known human populations in ways no migration model could explain. The most disruptive element appeared in the non-coding regions of the genome. These segments displayed structured mathematical patterns. The ratios aligned with the Fibonacci sequence found in natural growth patterns, but never with such precise genomic placement. The repetition was not random. Its organization suggested intentional design embedded within the genome. Scientists labeled the anomalous region Sequence X473. When exposed to ultraviolet light, the DNA exhibited unusual biophotonic behavior. Instead of remaining inert, it emitted controlled bursts of luminescence similar to deep-sea organisms. This behavior has no precedent in human DNA. The rhythmic intervals raised questions about whether the sequence carried a structural or communicative function. Number 3. Sequence X473. When the symbols carved into the chamber's stone slab were digitally compared to the sequence, a striking alignment emerged. Specific glyphs formed shapes corresponding to the arrangement of base pairs in the anomalous region. The symbolic repetition suggested that whoever created the markings understood genetic structure. The symbols and the DNA pattern shared consistent geometric spacing, implying intentional correspondence. Further analysis revealed that sequence X473 could be converted into binary form. When translated, the binary patterns aligned with astronomical constants. These included orbital ratios, predicted synodic cycles, and angular values associated with planetary motion. This supported the idea that the sequence functioned as a storage medium, embedding structured data within biological form. The encoded information matched no known ancient system. The concept of DNA serving as a biological data storage device remains largely theoretical in modern science. These findings created tension between research teams, academic institutions, and authorities tasked with evaluating the results. Sequence X473 did not follow human mutation patterns or natural genetic drift. Instead, it demonstrated precise mathematical order and stability, inconsistent with natural evolution. Number 2. Traces in modern populations. The idea of sequence X473 as an ancient genetic marker becomes even more complex when faint traces appear in communities thousands of kilometers apart. Scientists studying old biological samples detected extremely weak signals, too faint to suggest direct descent, but strong enough to indicate shared exposure to an ancient influence. These traces appeared in southern Pacific island groups, northern Andean mountain communities, and Arctic populations. The pattern is unusual, as these communities developed in vastly different environments without shared language or known contact. Researchers compared these traces with the most remarkable achievements of each culture. Northern Andean peoples developed advanced agricultural systems on steep mountain terrain, precise terracing, and detailed seasonal mathematics. Southern Pacific navigators traveled vast distances across open ocean without modern instruments, using stars, waves, birds, and wind behavior. Arctic groups built systems allowing survival in extreme cold. Scientists questioned whether these abilities were indirectly linked to the faint X473 pattern. Number 1. The jungle mechanism and the final questions. Researchers studying early human technology sometimes consider the possibility that ancient cultures built complex structures whose functions remain unknown. In a remote jungle region, teams documented a large stone structure showing signs of unusual mineral concentration, including obsidian-like volcanic glass. The structure lay several miles from the previously studied chamber, yet patterns and materials suggested cultural or functional connections. Although no mechanical components were authenticated, the structure produced weak electromagnetic readings. Researchers found that parts of the structure aligned precisely with the cycles of the planet Venus. Many ancient cultures tracked Venus due to its predictable 8-year cycle, influencing calendars, agriculture, navigation, and ritual timing. The jungle structure's alignment with Venus was extraordinarily precise, suggesting deliberate design. Scientists compared this alignment with symbolic patterns found in hypothetical genetic models like X473, noting that both rely on repeating cycles, stable intervals, and long-term timing. If ancient cultures built structures to link biological knowledge with the sky, what deeper system were they trying to understand? Our journey ends here, for now, but it will not be the last. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. See you in the next adventure.